Welcome back to 3 Star War Strategy. Your host, Name of the Lord, here with the next war recap and kind of a future clan reveal. I am with FYSB, where I hope to make my home for a very long time. Obviously, put out, or shut up type of thing. Obviously, I need to earn my stake here, and I hope to do that. I hope many see the value I can bring. That said, they're coming out of a war that most of you already know about, losing by 2 stars to the infamous One Hive. And cred goes out to both squads, as this was a very entertaining, very good war by two 100% fair play clans. Obviously, the 2 star came down to One Hive being able to 3 star 2 Town Hall 10 bases. Ran a few numbers. The hero advantage for One Hive, not significant, but 78 heroes. I think that pays off big time when it comes to Town Hall 9 attacks. And it shows up a little bit in the numbers as FYSB, they had 8 Town Hall 9 attacks at over 90% 2 star. And that just resulted in the Town Hall 10s having to come down and do some cleanup work. The Town Hall 10s did a phenomenal job on the One Hive bases. 2 star, right out the gate, all their Town Hall 10s. But 9 Town Hall 10s had to go down and clean up at Town Hall 9. And One Hive had only 2 Town Hall 10s have to come down and clean up Town Hall 9. And that's just how, that's basically the story behind this war. It allowed for One Hive to try some 3 star strats on Town Hall 10s, and a couple of them paid off, and that was the war. So very good job by both clans. Proud to put FYSB and everything that comes with them next to my name, my channel, and I hope that that can remain for the duration of my Clash of Clans life. That said, a lot of attacks I want to roll out. I'm going to stay away from the Town Hall 10s just because of the possibilities of future matches for One Hive and possible modding. I'm just going to leave their bases alone. But going to roll out the Town Hall 9s. A lot of attacks to show. Let's get going. First attack here by Sin. Sin is repping near max heroes. He's going to bust out an Earthquake on this Town Hall 9 with back-end loons. So he's going to attempt to get all 4 of these clustered up air defenses and the Queen, who is pretty far down here on the bottom, before sending in these loons. I believe it's a queen on queen. Oh, we'll have to just wait and see. But rather large funnel created. Very good job with the minions working their way over, and then cleaning all the way over to here. Nowhere for the troops to go but in. And then he's already got his inner core funneled through the Earthquake spells. Max, I believe that's a Max P.E.K.K.A being dropped there with the 3 golems. So lots of tanking going on. Gonna rage the troops. Already dropped all of his spells. There's a heal there. So obviously has plenty of work to do with the squad. Gonna start dropping in the loons. And I tell you what, the timing on the loons could not have been better. 1 air defense left, so cannot bring him in from this side, obviously. But watch the timing on this, as the Queen is still clear over here, and she's going to be the one that needs to do the work on that last air defense. Being patient, no rage, no haste for these loons, letting them work themselves around. And you can see as soon as she locks on, he starts his timing here. And look at this, 1 shot from that air defense. The timing on that was absolutely dynamite. So very good job, Sin. Number 32 coming all the way up to take out 14. Warren's base. And many of you may know this. If you use back end loons, it is all about timing. If you are too slow with the loons, especially if you don't have a spell for them, cleanup can prove to be tricky. But he did a dynamite job. We're going to try to move forward with cleanups as we got lots of videos to show. But good job, Sin. Keep up the good work. A solid strat laid out there. You're going to see lots of good attacks. You're going to see a major step up compared to what I'm used to bringing you in recaps. I hope that helps everyone to learn just a little bit more. And you're going to have to forgive me as I have watched many replays of this on this war. Took some notes, and I will do my best to remember what's going to happen or to illustrate what's going on. But I can only do so much. So we'll let the attackers do the work for us, and we'll just try to complement that. Very patient on breaking the wall. I love that. He's able to get a couple defenses down with these wizards as he allows those golems to do good tanking. And you're going to notice on a lot of these bases that the queen is always offset from the air defenses and from the double giant bombs. In this case, I'm guessing the double giant bomb is here. Most of the bases ran one set, some two sets. And so you got to come across the long way to get to that queen. And to do that, you're going to need really good heroes. Just know that if you're watching these attacks are very high end. You do need higher heroes to pull a lot of these off. But it is the way to go when it comes down to these types of bases. Quick pause here. Want to make a quick note. King went down somewhere over here. Queen is still up. Needs to get the hogs rolling. Couple here came in and with a giant, I believe. And the queen is going to take out this queen, which is obviously needs that to be taken care of. But dropped two giants here. One giant here, one giant here. Four giants seems a little heavy. In my opinion, probably could have got away with at least, at most three, maybe even two giants. Again, I do throw stones. I'm not as good as my recaps show. What I'm trying to say is it's always easier to talk about in hindsight. These guys plan very efficiently, effectively, but you'll see as these hogs come in, both of these giants are still up. And that just, to me, I think that means that it probably could have gone without. Regardless, nitpicking, obviously, 3-star on a very difficult base, even loses a heal out here. I thought this heal could have been a little bit more this way. You know what? You wrecked a base when you drop a heal out in right field, and you bring maybe one or two too many giants, and you still wreck a base like this. So solid stuff, solid stuff by Charmer. Very impressed with these guys at FYSB. Hope to learn a lot and hope to teach a lot through these guys and their awesome stuff. Let's see. Queen Cookie. Many of you know that name. All right, what do we got here? I thought on this attack that the double giant bomb was a little too close to the queen. And let's watch this and see what you guys think. Kind of a base design tip. I think that the further the double giant bomb is away from the queen, the better. But obviously you don't want it to be on an outside, something easily triggered. It does need to be buried by at least one cell. So inside at least one cell. But he's got witches, a couple witches. I do like the witches. I think that they do, if you can keep them up, they do a very, very good job at triggering bombs. This jump gets him into several of these containments. And then he's got these, already sprinkling these hogs in as the queen goes down. And you can see the double giant bomb. I guess I still haven't seen it. There it is. The Skelly triggered the bomb right there. Seems awfully close to the queen, although it did take a little bit of time to get that over there. Regardless, still has one hog left. Very wise with the hogs, waiting for them to tank for that one hog. It is amazing what one hog will do when being tanked for by several others. So again, well scouted. I thought One Hive did an excellent job with placement on spring traps, wreck hogs, and obviously hogs are the current go-to for Town Hall 9s. La Lune is not dead, but it is much easier to defend against, in my opinion, especially against a clan that understands it as well as One Hive. But good stuff there. Let's move down to number 21. Schwag. Schwag is, I believe, the only member that came into this war not a member of FYSB to help get the match. Schwag is, I believe, a if not the leader over at Warpo or War Apocalypse. Both FYSB and Warpo are members of the DWA. Not familiar with that? Check it out. There's a website. But he brings a very solid strat here. Another very good jump as he's going to get into several compartments. With that jump, sorry about that, having Wi-Fi problems, but that jump, very healthy. Went ahead and used the spell to help kill the clan castle troops. I have lower heroes, 20 queen, 15 king. I tend to like that spell for killing the CC troops and just vaulting my kill squad into the core a little better. When you have the higher heroes, it's not completely necessary. Many did it, a few didn't, I'll note it. But very patient with the hogs. Very patient. Waited for his kill squad to do what needed to get done before he sent the hogs in. I love that. There was probably a minute and a half left before he sent the hogs in. Well, a minute and a half left on the clock. Very patient. Good timing on the spells. Very few hogs left, but just enough to get the job done. And then has cleanup troops already working on the opposite side of where the hogs finish. Typical way to do that. Has the queen up. That's going to help. That's going to pay off big time. So good job, Schwag. Thanks for coming over. Good work. Also thought the queen and the king went down a little early for the defender, that the king on this base probably could have been moved. If the king was in this compartment, he would have destroyed those last hogs, and that would have wrecked that raid. All right, let's take a look at Jake's base. Thank you to Jake and everything he has taught the world about the 3-star strategies. But his base is about to get wrecked here. Amar is running out with a nice little kill squad here on the bottom. What I did like about this is he did not use the rage. and that allowed him to bring 3 heals. Nice deep jump gets him access to 2/3 of the base with the queen, basically the entire base. Jake has heavy storages on the back side of that queen. That way the queen, the offensive queen, offensive king, all those troops, they sit there and beat on those. But once she aggroes that king, he's going to jump over and take care of business just like he's supposed to. Good timing, triggers that double giant bomb right there with only like 3 or 4 hogs. Still has a heal. Good timing on the heal, good placement on the heal. Was going to need that as he has basically just his king, just his queen, some wizards on the outside, and those few hogs left, and still has this heal for these last. I love how he waited on this heal as well. No need to drop it sitting on that splash damage when he had 2-point defenses left over here with the splash. So great job on the last heal. Plenty of time left for cleanup. Not a whole lot of cleanup left. So good stuff there. I did not watch all of Jake's video yet, but I'm guessing with 38 minutes he rolled out basically all of the 3 stars. We'll do something similar, not quite all of them. That was Jake's base. Let's go down to 27. Joe Mega. Sorry to my wife for ignoring your call. Something important has come up. We're taking care of business. We got the beautiful AQ walk here. Already starting the funnel over here on the left with the minions. That's going to force her to the direction he wants her to go. 3 healers, if I'm not mistaken. 3 healers will allow 2-point defenses to target her at a time and not take her down too fast. But once the splash damage starts coming in as well, needed to use that ability. And then going ahead and starting the other end of the funnel over here where he wants the kill squad to enter, where that queen is hopefully going to end up. And as you can see, that gold collector just brings her around that corner beautifully. Brings in the wall breakers. I think the wall breakers go down. Very patient as he's got plenty of troops. Going to bust through that at any time. With the healers there, not too much to be worried about. Beautiful jump. Lots of bases full of loons. The loons can do some serious work on your troops if your troops are not moving. I would even recommend if your king is sitting underneath the loons and he hasn't gotten to the enemy archer queen, use his ability, get him moving a little bit quicker, bring out some other distraction troops, as those loons will take him down in a hurry if there are 4 loons sitting in there. Also brought witches. I mentioned that before. 3, I believe, 2 or 3 witches. I think 3 witches, and 2 of them remain up for the entirety of the raid. Like I said, if you can keep your witches up, I love seeing 1 to 2 witches in there. They can trigger those bombs. A few skellies trigger those bombs, and then they just respawn more skellies. I mean, it doesn't get any better than having troops just continue to respawn if taken out. So if you can keep them out, keep them away from mortars. Watch out for mortars, as they are the death of witches. And I find them getting a little bit too risky since the last update. They kind of get They push in a little bit faster than I want them to. Probably nothing has even changed on that, but I've just noticed it more. FB's base going down by Troll Boy. Troll Boy going to see all loons in the CC, and you're going to see what I'm saying about that. 29 hogs, 3 heels. If you're somewhere around 25, 24 hogs, because you brought witches, more likely the less hogs. That means your kill squad's pushing a little deeper. You probably want that spell for the kill squad. I seem to think, well, you can do it many ways, but if you bring if you bring fewer hogs, probably need fewer spells. But here come the giants that are going to distract. And watch how these loons get over top of that king, and one drop and he's done. He has not gotten to the queen yet. So going ahead and using his ability to get him fired up and moving, get him out of the harm's way if possible. And I kind of missed it, but I want to say something about this real quick. Double set right here, giant bombs. Brought some hogs in from over here, something similar to that. But bringing them in from here and allowing them to work straight in, it's not the greatest pathing set up by FB here. Obviously the goal is to get hogs to path this way, but these hogs right here have nowhere to go but straight into this double set, the short side, this being the short side, and trigger those either one at a time or triggers them both but only loses a few hogs, which allows him to keep the rest of his hogs up. So very good job there by Troll Boy getting through that double set. He was unable to with his heroes, or the way the base was set up, or maybe just didn't need to, wasn't going to work through the base. My apologies, more like this, because he needs to trip the double giant to get to that queen. So just did it with his hogs, the old-fashioned way, pathing them. And then still has hogs to drop in clear over here on the back end. That is the good stuff about surgical. You hit a bomb and something goes awry, you're going to lose a few, but not all. And then he's got plenty for cleanup. So very good job, Troll Boy. Again, good job by everybody. Very impressed with the amount of effort, time, consistency going into attacks, into strats, into finishing wars strong. Just a couple more. I want to show 3 more attacks here. We'll go down to 32. Mr. Banner himself. He has something special I want to mention once he gets going with this kill squad. I love what he did here. 1, 2, it looks like 2 golems shattered. But look, he's going to sprinkle in a couple hogs right here. And there's no defenses anywhere near those hogs while they're being tanked for here. And those 2 hogs get 2 defenses down. 2 for 2 trade, triggered a bomb. I'm going to go ahead and pause it in just a second and show you his kill squad has come in. They used the jump. No need for a spell on the dragon. And he just dropped a giant, so you know the hogs are about to come in. And look what's already down on this base. Because he took down these 2 and was patient with his jump spell, was able to let the wizards get that first row of defenses, and the kill squad is still up, he is going to get a huge portion of this base. And they're going to keep going, obviously. because he still has his golems up, his king and queen, I believe, are still both up. The AQ is down, defensive AQ is down. And so he just has basically, like a go wee wee, just back end hogs for the back end of this base as the kill squad's going to continue to work through. And 26 of them with 3 heals. So really going to wreck this base with a very good kill squad and only 15 heroes. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to strategic planning. I thought his heal was a hair off here, lost these hogs, so he sprinkled in a few more wisely. That heal wears off, but between those hogs and what he sent in over here, he's going to get rid of the quad Tesla, which can be tricky. So very solid there. Triggered this double giant one at a time. You can see there's still a hog up right there. So didn't kill all of his hogs with the double giant. And then still has a heal with hogs left for 1 defense. That's wrecking a base. Queen is up, just used her ability now. She was basically full health. So very nice job by Mr. Banner. Very little cleanup left. A little bit lower base as far as 1 hive, but 15 heroes. I mean, this is what people want to see because this is what typical clashers have. It takes a lot of effort or money or time to get to those 20 heroes, 25s, even the 30s. Couple more. The one of the 2 La Luna attacks. We won't even show the second one. This one has max air defenses. 1 expo is up. I believe 1 is down. But you're going to see some serious overkill here. Shattered. Typical shattered means you were trying to get 2 air defenses. It doesn't have to go down that way, but you are after the queen. You are after the CC troops. You are after at least 1 air defense. I got to think 2 uses 2 spells. Old school fashion was a jump and a lightning. Obviously can't bring the lightning anymore. No need to. So uses the rage. The loons are still up doing work. And still has not gotten 1 air defense down. But give it time as the queen comes across here. 2 very close air defenses. If the king doesn't take him down first, she takes the king down. There's the first one. She's going to start working on the second. He's already rolling it out. The queen goes down, so has 3 max air defenses to take down with 3 hounds. One of them max. Not always easy, but his deployment and his spells are very nice. I thought maybe he should have used 1 more here, but he will prove me wrong, and I will show you why. He has 2 up, no sweeper coming into this at all. And look at the amount of loons left with so few defenses to go. Really wreck this base quick. That's when you know La Loon was the right strat for the right base. When you have this much overkill, you don't have to worry about the hogs and the spring traps and the double giant. You bring that typical counterclockwise off the kill squad, raging those guys in. Good stuff. Machiavelli. I believe it is Machiavelli. And I'm not saying that's a bad name. That's Machiavelli. So let's roll out the final attack on this phenomenal war. The Method Man. He had a 6-star war. Good job, Method. I'm sure there were others. I don't recall seeing them all. But he plops down a healer on his golem. And I've seen that a couple times this war. Just allowing that tank to tank longer. Only costs the one spot versus bringing several for the queen. Wall breakers go down. Uses the jump maybe different than he had anticipated using it, but adapts and adapts well. Has the witches with the lower heroes, like the witches with the lower heroes, extra tanking, respawnable troops, etc., etc. Hound, again, the Hound either wreaks havoc or does absolutely nothing. I think after watching this war, multiple loons in the CC did a lot more damage than any other CC troop combination, the dragon included. But really wrecked a large part of this base with the kill squad, sent a few hogs in from over here, triggered this. At that point, he's wrecked this entire side of the base and is just doing back-end hogs like you would on a Go Wee Wee, old school Go Wee Wee. So good job by Method Man. His other attack was a La Lune on lower air defenses, so good job all around. Good job, everybody. Obviously, everybody wants a win, especially against one hive. You want to get that credible win. But I don't think anybody's disappointed by the showing by FYSB. Great job by everybody. Just not quite enough at the end to get over the hump. But as you can see, the strats are there, the quality, the teamwork is there, and FYSB is not going anywhere for a while. So good job, everybody. Congrats to One Hive. Looking forward to even this next war, as it is shaping up to be a doozy. Another 3-star clan coming in. So look forward to that. And look forward to a few more extra live attacks as I try to place myself in FYSB for the long term. Thanks again, everybody watching. Hope it didn't get too long for you. Hope you enjoyed. And God bless.